Hello, all you Halloween party people, and welcome to episode 10 of Sports Life Talk South. This episode is entitled Green plus Red Will Make You Blue, and you're all about to find out why. So we've got our host, MIZZ, Ms. El Paso.
Hola.
She's looking beautiful, but the person behind her, not so much.
No,
Ugliest
not when he's
human
picking
of
his
all
nose.
time.
And then we have our OH,
IO.
Britney, who has just gotten back from the Ohio State Penn game, ready to roll. So, Misty, take us in because we've got a great show for you tonight.
We do. But what's everybody drinking tonight?
Oh, well, I'm going to shock you actually with this one.
Oh.
Because A is for awesome and Alayna. And I am drinking coffee with Bailey's because I needed a little pick-me-up after my 4-hour customer meeting this afternoon.
I totally get that. What about you, Britney?
Having a raspberry tea, truly.
How are those?
They're the best ones because they don't taste as sugary. You know, like some of them are just like way overpowering. These are okay.
Does it have like a big raspberry taste to it, or just
yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. So if
it's
you like
pretty
raspberry,
decent. Yeah, if you like raspberry, it's good.
Raspberry shot in your mouth. I will tell you that I was able to try the new Sonic seltzers this weekend. The Sports Brat.
Someone was telling me about that.
Yeah, it was. I actually thought they were going to be disgusting, but when the Sports Brat calls, you answer. And she said, "Hey, I'm going to go promote this at the Texans game. We're going to tailgate. We're going to go into the game." And I said, "All right, I'm in, lady. I am here to try anything new." And I liked 2 out of the 4. So the coconut, which a lot of people think is disgusting, I found delicious. And then I also liked the orange, and I don't remember the exact flavor of what it was called, but it was good. And we had a ton of fun tailgating. We met some cool people, some people's birthdays. However, the Texans game, not so cool.
Yeah, let's not go there yet because I still need a little bit more to drink because that's just a lot. I think maybe every Tuesday I'm just gonna be doing Miller Lite. It's just the safest thing to do. It's so hard to drink alcohol for me, especially when I'm trying to get up at 5. So yeah, Miller Lite.
Is that a new Miller Lite or is that a last night's Miller Lite?
Thank you, Britney.
I just opened it and it tastes so fresh.
Like, you opened it for the first time or you just took the cap off?
I just opened it for the first time and the cap came off. And it tastes like Pilsner beer brewed with the highest quality ingredients.
Now, I will say that Ms. El Paso will be able to drink some real beer this Saturday night at Southern Star Brewery out in Conroe, because Live Strangers is playing a gig from 6 to 8 p.m. And so we're all going to be there drinking their amazing non-Miller Lite craft beer.
I'm looking forward to that. Finally, some real beer, some real beer. But let's talk about some real athletes. Who is the athlete of the week?
I'm going with Jaron Cage out of Ohio State. Number 86, defensive tackle. That big boy ran it in. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I am screaming, obviously, as obnoxiously and loudly as every other Ohio State fan there. Let's go, big boy, run it in. You know, of course, everyone's screaming, and my son's like, oh, my God, she's so embarrassing. And I'm like, oh, and everyone around me is yelling. It's not just me. But anyways, he's a senior from Cincinnati, and I just love him. I want to send him a Christmas present.
Well, how great is it too that he's playing for Ohio State and from Ohio? I love that. I love that when people stay within their own state. I get it, of course, why they would go to another school, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
That Coach says a player from Ohio State, what a surprise. Well, Coach, I would like to inform you that the title of our episode is Green plus Red Will Make You Blue, because we had wins from Ohio State and Michigan State. Penn State is blue. Michigan is blue. So everybody went home with tears in their beers after these 2 games.
Yes, they did. But I want Britney to kind of run it down for us. Like we finally got to go back to Ohio State,
I
watch
cried
it.
like the whole time. I was so excited.
You
Well,
cried the whole game?
No, like just like walking up there and then maybe like
okay.
halfway
So,
through the game, and then probably a couple more times. I don't know, enough. But it was.
How
I
long
will
had it been since you'd been back?
to a game 6 years.
Wow.
I
Very
know.
cool.
Did the campus look the same?
No, it's
Yeah.
expanding like so much, and they just got new plans to do the west side of campus, which is going to be more dorms, classrooms. It's going to be huge. It's already huge. You can tell, as Ellen pointed out, that some of the buildings look new, and then the older ones, he's like, God, those have to be really old. And I was like, yeah, well, those were the only things here when I was here. So you're making me feel old now. But it was a great game. Night games are always fun. It was raining. It was cold. So for me, that's like perfect football weather. We sat right next to the student section. So by the end of it,
I thought I saw a picture of you with some young dudes. Is that accurate?
Maybe. What are you doing? You'd be smelling my business online. God. But anyway, so Owen was like as thrilled as a 15-year-old could be, right? Like he's like, oh, this is kind of cool because he's never been to a college game. He's only been to professional games in Cleveland and Texas, Texans. So it was interesting. First of all, the tailgating by itself is interesting because you just walk by all the houses, all the students, and there's just shit everywhere. You know, there's cups and tables and chairs and blinds and who knows, couches. And then you get down to campus, it's all like tailgates in the parking lot. And he's only been to Texas A&M to tailgate, which is that's all that's there, right? The city is the school.
The school, yeah.
He was like, this is crazy. I'm like, what are you talking about? This isn't even, we're not even ready to go yet. This is mediocre. And then by the end of it, he was like, this is crazy. And we get in there and I'm like, oh, great. We're sitting really right next to the student section. So we're in the end zone behind Ohio State where it says Buckeyes. We're by the S. And then the student section was like right to our right. And I look up and there's this kid pouring a beer in his shoe. And Owen's like, look, that guy's doing a shoey. I was like, the fuck is a shoey? And he's like, yeah, it's where you drink your beer out of your shoe. I'm like, I am now too old to be in the student section because that was the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, what? That's a thing? That's a thing. I don't know why.
You're not too old. Every Formula One driver, when they win a race, is supposed to do a shoey.
Okay, well, that's
I know
different.
you don't watch Formula One, but I'm just saying.
You know, Brittany's used to the flambango. That's why she's not used to the chewy.
Well, also we couldn't drink in a stadium. So when we were in school, they didn't serve alcohol in the stadium.
Oh no!
But they do now.
They do now until these knuckleheads get it kicked out again. But anyways, by the end of the game, he's like, Mom, I think I could go to Ohio State. And I was like, mission accomplished. Yes. Yes.
I was just going to ask you. So that was going to be my follow-up question. So now is he ready to go to Ohio State?
He was like, really thought the student section was pretty awesome.
I love it.
And I couldn't be more happy. I'm fine with that. He knows I'll be right there screaming with him. So maybe I'll re-enroll in school when he's there just so I can go sit in the student section.
Get those season passes.
Drink creamer.
Everyone's mom.
Like, mom is going to be.
Can you buy me beers? Can you please buy me beers? Thanks.
Well, I'm going to ask Alayna where she was at when we were watching Michigan State's football
Well,
game.
I was extremely privileged to be invited to Michigan State's Black Alumni Watch Party against Michigan at Crew Houston. Shout out to our friend Thomas Cleveland, who owns Crew. And the biggest shout out to Misty and Rosa, Ms. El Paso, that is, who organized the entire event. And I had a wonderful time, not cheering for my team, but cheering for Go Green,
Go White. Yes. So we were at Crew Houston. Michigan people showed up. They were talking all kinds of smack. I was ready for that, which, that's just what happens. First and second quarter, I will not lie. As you saw, Michigan was really defeating Michigan State. It wasn't looking too good for us. Keith. Is it Keith or Kevin? Oh my God. It's Kevin, right? Kevin Walker the third. Oh, this is so bad.
Yeah.
I should know this. Kevin Walker the third, had, I think, 2 touchdowns the first half, so it made me feel a little better. But definitely halftime, we had some Detroit songs coming on, so we started jitting a little bit, like it's time for the percolator.
Yeah,
so percolator.
That was super cool for me to see. So just Brittany, I know you weren't there. They had an actual Detroit DJ there. So for halftime, the DJ came on, and I mean, I know the St. Louis dances. I know the Chicago dances. I don't know the Detroit dances. And there's this thing called jitting. And Misty's friend got out there and showed the entire party what was up. And I was like, I might be in love with this guy. When you can dance like that, you're going to get my vote for sure.
He was dancing like that in a tracksuit.
Nice.
Even better.
That just sounds Detroit right there. I mean, it really does.
It was. It definitely was.
I just want to let you know, Missy, that everyone around me was rooting for Michigan State. And I know I was sending Misty texts like, yes, interception. I was so excited because there's nothing better in the world than seeing Michigan lose.
Oh my God. It was great. The second half, again, Walker came and dominated it. What really did us in and what really ended up helping us was that interception right before the 1 minute mark in the fourth quarter. And that's when we knew that it's done. Paul is staying with us and it's over. And at that 1 minute mark, as I looked up to celebrate, all the Wolverines were gone from Crew and all was left was Michigan State.
Good.
But so now the next game is going to be Purdue, I believe. I think we're playing Purdue this week.
Oh, you'll crush the Purdue bags.
Yeah.
I just hope we don't have a hangover, that we're focused and we get it together.
No, y'all are ready.
Yeah, but I think the real game is going to be Ohio State, Michigan State now. I think that's
November 20th.
I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, it's going to go down. Well,
I do have a question about that.
No, we won't be watching it together.
Last year we watched Ohio State, Michigan State together, the three of us at Brittany's house. Mm-hmm. But Michigan State was not where they are this year. So Misty, the question is actually directed to you. With the fact that Michigan State is currently undefeated, are you willing to go to Brittany's house to watch Michigan State, Ohio State this year?
Not at all, because we lost when I was there. So that means that if I go there, we will lose again. So I am willing to meet in a neutral location, Brittany. If you
I won't be here. I'm not going to be here.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
You knew that.
Done. Well,
but
maybe
can we talk about the Ohio State-Michigan game? Because one, you guys know I'm not allowed to watch football games outside of a home. Like I can't go to a bar around here or a restaurant because I end up getting kicked out. So that is one we should watch together. I don't know who Michigan State plays that day. Who do they play? Who's your last game?
I don't know. You mean the last game for the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue. I don't know. I'm just taking it one day at a time. One weekend.
Alayna, who's Notre Dame's last game?
I don't know. I just know that we beat UNC this past weekend, which 2 of my cousins went to University of North Carolina. My Aunt Jamie and Uncle Mark are big, big, big fans. And I will tell you that I was surprised that none of them, because my Aunt Jamie likes to talk shiz. So I was surprised that nobody messaged me this weekend. Well, I mean, I guess they didn't message me because they didn't win. But in reality, Patrick, Aunt Jamie, where you at? Huh? Where are you at? Notre Dame whooped up.
Misty,
Nice.
y'all play Penn State.
Yeah, so the last 2 games are like the biggest games we have. Obviously because Penn State is not, they're not too shabby.
I think Navy's next for Notre Dame. I'll have to look at the schedule. I'm kind of like Misty. I actually don't memorize the entire schedule. I just say, who are we playing this week? And then I look at that next week.
But Brittany, I'm down to
always
watch
know who
Ohio
we're
State,
playing.
Michigan.
Okay.
I'm totally down for that. But Alayna, do you want to quickly talk about the Texans?
Well,
if there's a lot to talk about.
Well, there's
That was
not
good.
much to say, except for what I will say for those of you that are Texans fans. Tickets in Nosebleed are now $12. So if you want to go watch your team play, it is now the most economical time to do so because they're so terrible that the tickets are $12. We got tickets. I think we were 6th row behind the end zone for $50 is what the price was. If we were to buy them off of StubHub, right? Of course, we're like checking that out. We're like, all right, these tickets are boss. How much would these cost? And we thought that they would be like almost $200 to $300. No, $50 even for that. So
That's like what the Astros used to be. You used to be able to go to an Astros game for $12.
Yeah, it was really sad. And the one thing that makes me look, you guys know how much I throw down for Houston. I love Houston. Houston's trill. I will rep Houston till the day that I die. But when it comes to Houston fans, if the teams aren't winning, the crowd is not there.
That is such a difference.
Are not there. Where I come from, your team might lose for 104 years, and the games are still sold out. So
I said that when I moved here. Texas is the most fair weather fans I've ever met in my life.
I have a problem with that, but I still love Houston no matter what. And I am going for the Astros, even though Dick Steinman is not. And I will tell you, Dad, you and I are going to have problems if you don't support your daughter instead of the National League.
Oh. Well, I was going to say really quickly, I think that Texas are fair weather fans because there's so many big sports teams in the state. So not everybody is a not everybody's a Cowboys or Texans fan.
Mm-mm.
Yes. How many big teams do you have like that in
There's 2 baseball teams in Chicago, Misty, in one city. And the Cubs,
there's 2 baseball teams and 2 professional football teams in Ohio.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one too. 2 professional.
Okay.
Wow.
And let's
You know what, Misty? A is for awesome for you too.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and move over to the celebrity gossip. Something I do know about. And really quickly, I only have 2 quick things. Atlanta season 3. If you haven't seen Atlanta on FX, it is the most amazing show ever. And I just blanked out on the person who is on Atlanta. It's a big rapper. Oh my gosh. What is his name?
But Misty, are we supporting Atlanta?
No, we're supporting the show Atlanta.
Okay.
The show, not Atlanta. The show. And the show is pretty good. I'm excited about it. But I will move on because I don't want to talk about it that much now.
Wait, you said it's on FX?
It's on FX.
Okay, because
Danny Glover, right? Danny Glover?
Oh, I love Danny Glover.
Is it Danny Glover? I don't know. I'm all over the place. He's a rapper. Anyways.
Definitely not Danny Glover then.
No. Okay. Moving on. Bravo
rapper from Atlanta?
No, he is not from Atlanta. He's from somewhere else. And he had this song called "This Is America." Don't catch you slipping up. Do, 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 do.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Um,
what is his name? Okay, this is not. I can't.
I don't
can't
know,
do
but
it right
y'all
now.
know I'm not going to get anybody's singer or reality TV show person or actors or actresses. But random other dumb facts, I've got you.
what are
Oh,
some of those? Do you have some?
No, not off the
It's
top of my head.
Childish is This Is America.
Thank you.
But and you know what's close because I think his real name is something Glover, like Donald Glover or something like that.
I think so.
That's
I
an
think it is
actor.
Donald Glover. Yeah, he's an actor, which is why he's on Atlanta.
Not Danny, I'm talking about Childish Gambino though. Like,
Yeah, he's in it. He's a star of Atlanta.
I mean, where is Coach when we need him to fact check us?
Well, okay, as he's doing that,
I'm playing.
there's something else I'm really excited about. Real Housewives has a new franchise. Guess where they're going? Okay, only one guess. It's a big, huge place that you would never guess. And it's overseas.
Have we been there?
Dubai.
Alayna has. Yep, Dubai. Alayna got it first try. They are starting Real Housewives of Dubai, which is crazy. They haven't said who the cast is, but I'm like super excited about that. And that's all the celebrity gossip I have. I don't want to say anymore.
So I just want to give you a little bit of info, okay? So in Dubai, they're called Jumeirah Janes. So those are ladies that lunch. So therefore, your Real Housewives are generally ladies that lunch, right? That's a saying. Well, in Dubai, they're not called ladies at lunch. They're called Jumeirah Janes. Jumeirah is one of the beaches in Dubai. So it is a reference to the expat wives or the rich wives that sit out beachfront at the tables, at the cafes and the bars, and they drink during the day. So
I love that.
Get to see a lot of Jumeirah Janes for this new Housewives.
I'm here for it. One thing I really want to do now is I have to go to Dubai before that season ends because everybody and their mama is going to go there to be a housewife or a Jumeirah Jane. I need to be a Jumeirah Jane before the Jumeirah Janes come out.
I was not one because I was working while I was there.
You've never been a housewife?
No, well, I mean, that was kind of, I will tell you, living overseas was somewhat tough because, I mean, just straight up, it was the men that were working and the wives were expat wives. And I was a woman that was working with the husbands. And so it was very interesting I was friends with a lot of the expat wives, but it was super interesting when I would come home and we'd go to barbecues. They'd be like, how was your day? And I'm like, oh, well, we sold this and we did that and blah, blah. I'm like, how was your day? And they said, we had painting class.
Oh, paint. Where do you put those paintings? Like, do you give them as Christmas gifts to your servants or something?
Okay. I laugh
because it's true.
True. No, I will say one of my friends, Brooke, she had an amazing career before she moved to Brazil with her husband, and she was unable to work while she was there. It was his job that moved them there. And she now is a full-on artist. So that joke was not like the whole painting class was not meant towards her, but she is selling her paintings on Instagram and she's doing very well for herself. But yeah, they'd be like, we had Samba class today, or we went to the beach, or we did this. And I'd just be like, all right, well, I worked. So.
Yeah, you worked and you listened to the anthem of the players. What is our players' anthem this week?
All right, so this week's player anthem is dedicated to Britney and Ms. El Paso. Today, I am here for the two of you. And I would just like to say, during the game, you better lose yourself because Eminem, straight out of Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, is the first player anthem that you need to check out. And the second is that thuggish, ruggish Bone, which is Bone Thugs from Cleveland, Ohio. And I am guessing that most of our viewers did not know that Bone Thugs is from Ohio. Because, I mean, I wouldn't have guessed it, except for the fact that my dear friend Britney is an extreme Bone Thugs fan. And after we went to the Bone Thugs concert at the House of Blues a couple years ago, she was standing outside waiting for them to come out. And, and let's just say, as they were walking out, so they did actually walk out, they talked a little bit with the crowd. Britney is there with the OH, and Bone Thugs responded with I-O.
Oh, yeah, they're all about it.
No joke. And then
Wow.
they went right up to Britney, started giving her high fives and hugging her. And I was like, you know what? This makes up for me having to defend you earlier in the evening to some 5 girls that wanted to jump you. So this is well worth it.
They wanted my Jordans.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that altercation in another Tuesday.
Well, there was no altercation. So, there was no altercation. It didn't go to blows. But Britney was being her normal extrovert self, talking to everyone. And these ladies did not appreciate her talking about her Jordans to their man. That was it.
He asked me a question.
It was like, where'd you get your J's from? She answered. Suddenly, whoom, flock of females on her.
Was.
Well, my M&M story is that when MTV used to do the surprise concerts and stuff, we were all at the auditorium. We were watching Eminem's 8 Mile movie for the first time, and MTV was there with cameras, and we all kept saying, is he going to come out? Is he going to come out? As the movie kept going, we're like, he's not coming out. This is really just the premiere of 8 Mile at Michigan State, whatever. So we're all sitting there, and the credits start to roll, and obviously it's that song, you're going to lose yourself, right? And so as the beat starts, I'm getting chills. It's on YouTube. The screen starts going up, and here comes Eminem and his little entourage, just getting hyped. I've never been bum rushed from the back like I have been for that one concert. I promise you, I was just like, oh my God. And everybody really lost themselves. It was the most amazing surprise concert, and definitely a great memory of seeing Eminem for the first.
Well, Eminem's a Michigan State fan, and his daughter went there, I think.
Yeah, she graduated from Michigan State. Yep.
Sure yeah, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Good fact. I did not know that.
I mean, I wouldn't be a fan if he was a Michigan fan, but Michigan State's okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Brittany. I now take back my comment on Facebook when I said I just like your team.
No, you don't.
Okay. Alayna,
no, you don't.
Okay, so I am Brittany's player hater, but who are you choosing as the player hater?
All right. Well, I do have a question for this player hater.
I hate him more than anybody in the world.
Is it simply a matter of Wolverine arrogance, or is it just Jim Harbaugh?
Ew,
for me, it's the nose picking with the eating.
Oh, man. So, well, that is one thing. There's also an unofficial rule of him having off-campus practices. So there's that. There's along with the no music at practice, because are we that soft?
Wow.
Forget about also the NFL career, right? Where
that's forgettable.
It's what?
It's forgettable.
It is forgettable. It is forgettable. He did coach Colin Kaepernick, and he did support. What I will tell you is he supported Colin, but said that wouldn't have been his choice to do. He does actually have some interesting political views that go against the grain that you would not think are Jim Harbaugh. So I do find that a little bit interesting about him. But there's also a fine line between energy, passion, and acting like a child. So when your own players have to calm you down, that's an issue for me as well. So this evening's player hater is one of the most hated coaches in America, Jim Harbaugh. And unless you're a Wolverine, you probably love him because he did pull you out of the depths a little bit compared to your last.
No, they hate him.
No.
They really,
The
the
team
Wolverines
hate him?
hate him.
Well, his
He's
record's
been there
a lot
what,
better than
6
the
or
last
7
coach.
years, and he hasn't done a thing.
That is not statistically compared to the last coach and the last teams. Statistically, Jim has done much better than the past coaches.
Okay, statistically, no.
But he still doesn't have a championship. So
That's
He
statistics.
still
But
hasn't-
realistically, they hate him. The state
Hate him.
hates Jim Harbaugh.
They
and
roasted
I
him
actually
on
would not.
Twitter.
You guys, I don't think I know any Michigan fans except for our friend at OGE TV who had us on Sunday evening. Thank you very much for having us on. We appreciate you. He's a Michigan fan. But aside from him, I don't actually know any Michigan fans. So I would not know that Michigan fans also hate him necessarily, except for reading articles, I guess.
Yeah, he hasn't beat Ohio State since he's been there. Last year,
No,
he
he has
said,
not.
last year he didn't let them play COVID, but not really because they had enough players. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I will.
will.
All right. Well, we all hate him.
Player hater. So we
Player
are
hater.
officially 2 minutes over. So if you don't mind, Ms. El Paso,
Yes.
I'm going to take it into what's happening this weekend and this week. So Wednesday night, Ms. El Paso and I are going to the House of Blues for Mayor Hawthorne. So that show is Wednesday night at the House of Blues. Live Strangers on Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m. at Southern Star Brew Co. Brewery. And then November 7th, please, please, please buy your tickets to Casa Esperanza Chili Cook-Off at the West End. I will be judging, and I'm not so much for beans and chili. So there's that.
What about white chicken chili?
So that's an only Ohio thing. We don't know about that if you're not from Ohio. But I've heard I've actually, it's funny because I've read articles about chili. Don't ask me why. I just read weird things. And it's only Ohio, and people love it there. And people that visit Ohio absolutely love it. So that's something I'm going to have to try.
I thought you had it. I thought you were down here when I made it. No?
No.
Misty?
No, I've never tried it.
No.
And you put, spaghetti in your chili too in Ohio. Yeah.
Some people do.
Spaghetti in their chili.
I put elbow macaroni.
Ah, okay. But still like a pasta consistency in your chili, which that's also only Ohio. That's also kind of weird.
Good.
I've never tried that either, but you know what? I'm down for it. Let's do it. I'll eat anything.
All right.
Come on.
How about I make it for the Saturday we watch the games?
Perfect.
That sounds good. Yeah.
But
there's something huge about tomorrow, Alayna, that you haven't mentioned yet.
Well, I was going to say we can wrap up, but yeah. So thank you, Misty. Tomorrow is my 1-year anniversary from my open heart surgery. And all I have to say is, hello, you see me here. So 1 year later, I am doing very well. I want to especially thank my dear, dear, dear friends, the two of you that were there for me. It was absolutely huge. And also, you guys, this is going to actually make me possibly tear up if I had feelings and I had tears. Sports Life Talk and the Sports Brat never met me in their entire life at this time frame. Okay. Sports Life Talk and the Sports Brat sent me cookies. Sports Life Talk sent me the most beautiful.
Oh my God, they were so pretty.
And I just want to say, for those of you that think that Instagram influencers, podcasts on Instagram, sports people on Instagram, that it's all fake and that this whole social media thing is very superficial, my experience has been complete opposite. I have made lifelong friends from Dresses and Salted Pretzels. And this is why we are here today with this podcast. So thank you to Sports Life Talk and all of our Instagram friends and all of our friends here in Houston and Olney, Illinois, and all over the world. I got friends all over the world. But yeah, tomorrow, you know what? I'm going to wake up and be like, what up?
Yes.
It looks good, baby.
Let's cheers to
does.
that.
I'll cheers to that.
Yes. Great.
All right. Don't miss Sports Life Talk tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on YouTube. And us, of course, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on YouTube as well. Make sure that you like Sports Life Talk on Instagram, like Dresses and Salted Pretzels on Instagram. And let's hope the Astros get a win tonight.
Go Stros.
Yes. Go Stros. Bye.
I can't tell what the score is. But, all right.